is a seat taken. So the sensor that's in this one right now is acting up and it's sending the wrong messages to the ECU. So that's what it looks like. And that's what that 9 flashes of the engine light is telling us is wrong. So part number, if you like. This is a Beck-Arnley part. And that's the part number that you're looking for. We have decided that it's time to start replacing this thing today. We've obtained one, of course, and what we'll need is a 12mm socket. That's to get the 2 bolts that hold the coil pack on. And then this here is 19mm. So that one, that's a nice deep socket so we can accommodate the plug that's on there. Tight. There we go. It doesn't need to be that tight, but some people get carried away when they tighten things down. If you do tighten it too much, what sometimes happens is sometimes the edge of the coil pack here, where it mounts on, sometimes that bracket breaks off, or you run the risk of stripping the aluminum on the valve cover where it threads into. Now, there's sometimes a 3rd bolt on the bottom, and this one actually has it on still. Most of the time it's been removed. There's like a pivot bolt at the back, which is kind of tricky to get to. So most people take it out and then never put it back in. And that's about a 12, so I'm going to have to take that out. It's a little tricky because you got these hoses in the way, but we've got a ratcheting wrench here. That'll help us to, once we get on it, it'll save us a lot of hassle. Oh, wow. It can be quite tight. That's what I just demonstrated. Yeah, it took quite a while to break loose. So let's we gotta get in there. I think we'll get back in with this, and then we'll back that thing out. Quite a long bolt. So close to being all the way out, but not quite there yet, I don't think. A few more turns. There we go, that's out. Okay. That's the bolt that we just took out right there. I don't think it's been out for either a really long time or ever. We'll undo these. I was hoping we'd be able to do that down this way. Now this is also a good time when you do undo these to have a look down into the tubes on the coil pack here where these connect to, and have a look and see how they look. These ones are actually nice and clean. They're in great shape. So we can slide this. What we'll do is we'll undo this plug here, because that is actually the plug that goes to, I think that's where the O2 sensor. That's the lead for the O2. And then that's the plug for the coil pack itself. So we'll undo the whole thing. We'll remove the coil pack altogether, and then it'll be up out of our way. We won't be fighting with it. There we go. Underneath the coil pack, this actually clips on underneath. There we go. So now we can rest the coil pack over here. Don't rest it there if that's hot, just in case. But ours has, been cooling down for quite a while, so we can safely rest it over there. Now if you take a look in the top here, I'll point to it with my wrench. That's what we're trying to replace right here. So what we need to do, this is a special, it has a special clip on it that stops it from popping off. So we need to, it's like a metal spring clip. So we need to gently get that spring clip in a position where it'll release and we can pull the plug right off. Then we can replace that. It's a little tight in there, but you can, let's get in there. We can see that clip here. What I need to do is, I think, I need to get at it from the other side and see what's going on. I need to try to release these little clips here. Basically we just need to push them out, just like I'm doing right now. Just a matter of getting them to stay out though. Okay, there's one. That might be what we need to... There we go, done. Okay, so now we've gently pried that off. Now you see that little metal band here? It runs the length and that clips in, and that way when this is plugged back in, it holds it on. That way it won't come off. So you have to be careful when undoing that, because if you mess up or if you lose that clip, then it's not going to stay on there. The vibration will shake it loose. So yeah, quite a bit of oil on that. Yeah, so what we're seeing in the back here is interesting to note. We've got quite a bit of oil debris, a lot of stuff going on. You've also got quite a bit of oil in the sensor itself. And if you can look in there. So that thing's all full of oil. So oil's leaked into there probably over a long period of time. And that, they do wear out, but that might be one of the reasons it failed. Get on it. Oh yeah, I think we can. What we need to do is just break it loose and then we're okay. that just move for us. Let's see if we can. Yeah, okay, there it is. So it is a 19, just like the replacement one, which is good news. So you may get some coolant pour out of there, so we're going to be quick. Oh, maybe not. Oh, good. There we go. This is also a job that you want to do when the car is cold. Otherwise you're going to burn yourself silly, and it actually could cause, you know, some injury if you have hot hot engine. You could end up with some burns, or if the antifreeze is under pressure and it's hot, then that will scorch you as well. So make sure to be sure to let the car cool down for a long period of time before you do this job. And this has a copper crush washer on it, so we don't want to go crazy on it, but you want to make sure you have it, tight enough that you're not going to have any leaks. I think we're there. There we go. Done. Do not over tighten it, because if you do, you could strip the aluminum housing that it goes into. So you want to be a little bit careful of that. And then once you've got it on, let's make sure this is oriented a certain way. See that indent in the plug? There's a corresponding raised part here on this side. So what we want to do is put it on just like that. And then it will click on, and it will stay on because of that clip. So you wait for the click, double check it, and you've just replaced the temperature sensor there. Now that we've got that done, we'll clean up a little bit, because we always like to clean things up when we've got access to stuff. Clean the back of the valve cover a little bit. Guy. Clip this back in. Just like that. This goes over top of the bracket for the coil pack, this little clip here. Just like that. Then we'll reattach by hand to start with the 12mm bolts. To make sure that they thread up nice and true, that we don't cross thread anything. And then reconnect the coil pack and then the O2 sensor wire. and then reconnect the spark plug wires. Now, the firing order on these, and this is important because you might not get it right otherwise. That's number 4, 1, 2, 3. So they are marked. These ones are the NGK ones. They're just like the OE ones. They're the correct fit, the correct length. So put number 3 on there. Be sure to get it on properly. This is number 4. And number 1. So firing order again is 4, 1, 2, 3. 4 being the shortest. There we are, nice and snug, not over tight. This bolt, we're going to leave that out because most of the time it's not there anyway. You can put it back in if you want to, but if you think you're going to have to do a valve cover gasket very soon, like we're going to on this one, better to leave that out for now until, you know, if you want to put it in later, put it in after. But otherwise you're going to have to fight with it and get it back out again when you take the valve cover off, because when you take the valve cover off, it's nice to be able to just undo those 2 bolts, push the coil pack back. You can leave the coil pack where it is then, and then you can redo the valve cover gasket without having to get the pivot bolt back out. There you are. I hope you found that helpful. That's how you replace your temperature sender. That sends the temperature info to the ECU, and that gave us that 9 flash on the cluster from the engine light. So now that we've replaced the sensor, we've disconnected the battery to clear any codes that would be inside the computer, and now we're going to turn it on and make sure she starts and make sure she's running properly. Perfect. Now she's cold right now, so she's idling just where she should be, and let it warm up, check for leaks, and it should be perfect.